Well, in just a couple hours now, history will be made as Donald Trump is set to get inaugurated for a second time as our president. There are many East Texans who are waking up feeling lucky this morning to be in Washington, D.C. as they were selected to come witness the moment with our East Texas Congressman Nathaniel Moran. He's joining us live now from the nation's capital. Thank you so much for waking up with us, Congressman Moran.
Hey, good morning. I wish I could say it was warmer here in Washington, D.C. than in East Texas, but it's not. It's just as cold, but it's going to be a wonderful inauguration day here, January 20th.
Absolutely. So with that being said, how are you feeling this morning getting to witness such a historic event?
Very excited. There's been lots of excitement around this city for the last 3 days. You would not believe the throngs of people that are here from across the nation that want to come and be a part of the celebration. And even though they had to move the ceremonies inside and remotely put everybody in the Capital One Arena that wanted to watch it because of the weather here, even that didn't dampen their spirits. People are so excited to see the sea change of policies that are going to happen beginning today at noon Eastern.
And, you know, we were speaking with your office a little bit, a couple days ago, and they mentioned over 800 people actually applied for that lottery system that y'all had for tickets to be able to go to the inauguration. About 250 were selected, and we saw your pictures from Friday. What's it been like meeting with your constituents in our nation's capital?
Oh, it's been so great. We had an open house on Friday. We've seen folks throughout the weekend. We've done our best to accommodate as many people as we could. We wish we could have given out 800 tickets. We really do. But unfortunately, we just couldn't do that because of the allotment. But, so many people are just they want to be part of the history that's taking place today, and it is historic. Having gone through the campaign season to see what almost happened in the middle of the summer to prevent this, and now to be at this day to understand that President Trump's now going to have a second chance to change the direction of the country again. He's got great plans in mind, and we're behind him 100%.
So what are you most looking forward to as this presidential transition takes place?
I'm looking forward to playing my part. We still are the Article 1 branch of government. Just because we have a president that's aligned with us doesn't mean that we abdicate our responsibilities. The legislative branch still has very important responsibilities. Number one agenda, I think, this year is going to be the tax policies that we've got to get done. The border is going to get secured probably by this afternoon, hopefully by executive order by President Trump. But we have the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that's coming due this year. It's going to expire. His 2017 tax cuts are going to expire unless we do something to continue those low taxations on families and businesses. As a new member of the Ways and Means Committee in Congress, I'm looking forward to working well and hard with the President of the United States and the executive branch to make sure we continue to keep taxation as low as possible going into 2026.
Yeah, we know that's on the forefront of a lot of our East Texans' minds. I want to ask you one last question, though, because many across the nation are relieved that TikTok is back up and running, especially with President-elect Trump announcing plans to issue an executive order delaying that ban. Now, we understand that you did vote against allowing this app to remain in the U.S. due to concerns of its ties with a Chinese company. What specific changes or assurances would you have, or would it take for you to support keeping TikTok in the U.S.?
Well, the number one concern is the tie to the CCP. And in fact, there's misunderstanding around the bill itself because the bill simply says to TikTok's ownership, look, as long as you sell it to somebody else and divest the Chinese ownership, we're good with the platform. We don't have a problem with the platform. What we have a problem with is China stealing our information, getting the privacy data of all of our citizens, and then using that, frankly, against us. It's a national security threat. If the CCP continues to have access to all the data that TikTok is collecting, the platform is a great platform. It cannot be connected to the Chinese government. That's the problem with it. That's what we need to see solved, and that's what the legislation, frankly, did. Gave them an opportunity to sell it. They chose not to, and that's why we're at this point. They should have just divested Chinese ownership.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've already seen a couple of different people stepping up to see if they can be the new owner. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that and see how it progresses. But certainly a historic day today. Thank you so much, Congressman Moran, for joining us and talking to us ahead of the inauguration that's set to take place later on today.
Best to you. Stay warm out there.
Thank you. And make sure to stay here with us at CBS 19 as we bring you comprehensive coverage of the presidential inauguration on CBS 19 Plus. We have a full day of coverage planned, from the swearing in of President Donald Trump in D.C. to local stories and perspectives from across the country. CBS 19 Plus is free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. All right, we want